Hi, so this is the end of week 1, day 5 of our January 10 minutes to a new you fitness routine. So every week I would like to end on just a nice, easy, breezy note where you can use this last routine as just 10 minutes maybe before bed to unwind and relax, or maybe you don't feel like you really want to work out too hard today and you just want to do some nice and easy stretches to just feel a little better and ease into maybe any aches that you have going on. So, this is going to be a 10-minute practice just to do just that. Feel good in our own body. When you are ready, we're going to go ahead and come to the top of our mat. We'll take a nice deep bend in the knees and then come into a forward fold. Allow the head to hang heavy. Maybe even close the eyes. Hands can come to the mat. If you'd like to use that, maybe just a sensation of balance there. And we're just going to feel the weight of the body. Maybe shift the weight from one side to the other. Bend and straighten the knees, whatever feels good. But we're just going to feel really heavy into the upper body, at the same time rooted into the mat with our feet. Inhale here and exhale. Feel the wave of the breath traveling into the nose and going all the way down the spine. Maybe grab a hold of the opposite elbow and then give a slight gentle pull with the hands, creating some traction all the way into the lower lumbar spine. And when you're ready, we're going to take the hands to the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, feel free to have a little bit of movement. We don't need to be still at all times in our practice. Sometimes the body calls for a gentle movement. And also, what's a great way to discover maybe some tight areas that you weren't aware of. So maybe shift the hips from left to right, picking up the opposite heel, coming onto the toes, really pushing that mat away from you. And when you're ready, we're going to step the right foot up and draw it in to a half pigeon on the right side. So adjust that right shin, whether it's more at a 90-degree angle or if that right foot comes closer to the inside of the body. The left leg should be straight behind you with the left knee facing down. And then take some nice good breaths here in your half pigeon. At the end of the day, our hips can be especially tight from sitting. Maybe you were on your feet all day. But you can stay up high in your half pigeon, or if you would like to relax down, you can lower the torso down. Come under the forearms and maybe rest the forehead onto the back of the hands. And relax. Just melt into the pose and soften. Soften into that space in between the eyebrows, throughout the jaw, even into the tongue and the throat, the upper body and the shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift it back up. Coming back upright into your pigeon, shifting onto that right hip, swinging the left leg around and crossing the left foot over to the other side of the right knee. So we're coming into a twist here. The right foot can draw in towards that left glute. We're evenly on the sit bones, so we're not just falling over to the right side. You may need to adjust a little bit. And then from here, we're going to take the left hand back behind us. Inhale the right arm up to the sky. And then either draw the right elbow to the outside of that left knee, taking the twist, or taking a gentle hug of that left knee as we gaze back behind us. Whatever version works for you today. If you feel like the elbow creates a too constrictive of a twist, then by all means take a hug of the knee. I think that feels terrific on most days. I'm pretty warmed up right now, so that's why I'm really feeling this twist by using the elbow. But maybe at the end of the day, you're like, I'm pretty tight. Let's just hug the knee. And that's where you're at. A great part of working on ourselves and working into our fitness and our level of where we're at in our fitness routine is accepting of our bodies, and that changes from a day-to-day basis. Let's unwind. We'll extend the left leg out long. And then draw the right sole of the foot to the inside of that left inner thigh, sitting up tall. And then we're going to start to walk the torso forward, draping ourselves over the top of that left leg for a head to knee pose. We can just relax into this. I'm going to stay here for about 3 to 5 breaths. I know sometimes it can be really hard to want to do any kind of stretching before we go to bed because the bed is calling to us and we just want to go to sleep. But sometimes, actually I would say most times, I sleep so much better after I have done just some gentle stretching into my body so I can unwind before I actually go to bed. Let's inhale ourselves back upright. From here, we're going to open up that right foot, bring it away from the body, draw the right hand back behind the right glute. We're going to push into that right shin as we lift the hips up, pushing into that right hand to give us a little lift, and then draw the left hand up and overhead, drawing this beautiful straight line from the left pinky all the way down to the left toes, pressing to the outer edge of that left foot. Inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the left hand back to the back of the mat. We're going to turn around and press into a downward facing dog, facing the back edge of the mat. Again, let's inhale. And then exhale it out. Feel a release. Maybe walk it out if you want to, taking a moment in your downward facing dog. Freedom to move as always. When you're ready, we're going to step that left foot up and forward, coming into half pigeon now on the left side. So the right leg should be straight behind you with the right knee facing down on the mat, hopefully not turning out. Remember, good alignment creates great muscle memory, so the next time we come back to do these postures, we're doing that in the proper alignment. Feel free to stay upright in your swan pose. It creates a little bit more pressure into the hip, but if you want to relax, you can come down onto the forearms. Bring the head to the back of the hands. And just breathe into your half pigeon. I know sometimes you'll probably hear me call this swan as well. I do teach a lot of yin classes, and you'll find quite a few yin classes on this channel. I welcome you to try them out. Also, another great series to do if you're trying to incorporate more movement before bed and just to gain more joint mobility and better range into the hips and lower body. On the next inhale, we'll rise up. We're going to switch it out. And this time we're going to bring the right leg, cross the right foot over, bring it to the opposite, the outside of the left knee. Find your stability in your sit bones, the left foot to the outside of the right hip. The right hand goes behind you. Let's inhale the left arm up to the sky. Draw that left elbow or taking a hug of the knee as we twist and gaze towards the back of the room. Inhale, create space in the spine, maybe grow a little bit taller. Exhale, Perhaps we get a little bit more, even a micrometer, something just the tiniest of twists. Maybe we can deepen. And then when you're ready, we're going to unwind that twist. Straighten out the right leg this time, and then draw the inside of the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. And we'll take our head to knee pose on this side, walking the torso forward, and then just draping ourselves over the top of the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, release. Allow the head and neck to feel heavy. Opening up into those hamstrings, allowing them to loosen. On your next inhale, let's come back. Sitting up tall, open the left foot up, bring it away from that inner thigh just by about 6 or 8 inches or so. And this time we'll take the left hand back behind us as we shift and lift with the hips. Press into that left shin. Lift the hips up towards the sky, creating a little back bend, but reaching out long with the right pinky. And then maybe spin that right pinky towards the earth as we reach down into the outer edge of that right foot. And then exhale, we're going to turn it around. Press back into our downward facing dog, this time facing the front of the mat. Our last downward facing dog, we'll inhale. Exhale it through the mouth. Inhale once more. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly lower down to the knees, and we're going to push the feet out to the side, come to a seat more towards the back of the mat so we can extend the legs out long in front of us. We're going to close out this little sequence with a seated forward fold. So starting up nice and tall, and then start to walk yourself over the top of those legs. If it feels better, you can have a bolster underneath your knees or just a nice bend in the knees as well. But we're going for gentleness in this practice. We don't need to force the hamstrings. Just allow the body to relax over the top of the legs. And be mindful of the breath. Bringing some peace into our mind and our body as we prepare for a rest and sleep. To wake up rejuvenated and ready to bring on a new day, embrace a new week of new experiences. On the next inhale, let's bring ourselves back to an upright position. And then you can go ahead and move yourself into the middle of the mat and just bring the legs into a cross-legged seat. That is all for a very short practice to do before bed or anytime you just need a little bit of a break and maybe don't want to hit the mat so hard. If you enjoyed this, please hit subscribe. Remember, Monday through Friday, the entire month of January, we will have 10-minute videos, and they are going to cover all sorts of things. Flexibility, we're going to work the upper body, lower body, we're going to hit hamstrings, hips, all of it. And it is going to be so much fun. I hope you'd enjoyed this. If you did, please comment below. And as always, have a wonderful day. Make it a good one. Bye.